Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. It's been a busy couple days.
It has.
It really has. We had Leagues Cup, and then post match. Todd Lewis and I did a post match recap,
hmm
and then you were on with
I was on,
Renee.
yeah, I was on PHLY uh, Union podcast with Renee Washington yesterday. So that was great. Go check it out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, go check it out. It was a great interview. You're co-hosting with her, so that was
hmm
cool. And yeah, just a lot of great content out this week. And good Union 2 had another last second loss, unfortunately. But we're gonna discuss that all day in the show. But before we get started, what are we wearing?
So we're going to get into us going to Summer Bash and the open practice and everything. While we were there, I got the Hispanic Heritage top, which just dropped, got in
Mhm.
the team store, and I really, really like it.
It's nice.
Yeah, I know some people were saying, "Oh, I wanna see it in person first," and I was kind of the same way, and once I saw uh, the things on social media with the players wearing it and everything, I was like, "Oh, that actually looks really good," and then I saw it in person and was like, "Yep, I'm gonna purchase that." So, just a heads up, if you wanna get in the team store, if you have a season ticket member discount, it pretty much amounts to the same as what you pay online. So,
Mhm.
yeah, so I got that.
Nice. And I am wearing a retro MPSL National Professional is the Hershey Impact. So if anybody probably is like, who? Yeah, it's a retro indoor soccer team. If you know who the Harrisburg Heat is, it
Mm.
kinda they were played for 3 seasons, and then they kinda disappeared, and the Harrisburg Heat kinda came. Anyway, it's like the first time I watched indoor soccer as a kid growing up in, like, the '90s, and
Yeah, even I don't know about them. I mean, I went to
they were
Harrisburg
like
Heat. My parents definitely took me to Harrisburg Heat, but yeah.
yeah, so they came right before like, actually, a lot of the players and owners, like, became the Harrisburg Heat after that. So, yeah,
Oh,
for,
nice.
like, 3 years, they played in the old barn where the Hershey Bears used to play.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also where I had my confirmation in 8th grade, believe it or not. That
Yes.
was a big thing for the Diocese of Harrisburg, let me tell you.
So, anyway, before we get started, where can people find us?
So you can find us on Twitter at TOTWAG, on Facebook and Instagram at the One Team We Agree On, our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com, and we're on YouTube at the One Team We Agree On.
We are. And so let's get into today's episode. We're going to shoot off the cuff on this one because I don't expect this to go over an hour, but you never know. Anyway, let's talk about the summer bash.
Yeah, so on Friday, we went to the open practice.
Hmm.
So we actually barely saw any of that because we had swim practice and they were pretty much done. But then the players were coming and signing things for the fans. And I did actually get a couple of the signatures that I was missing from, um, actually, I just hung it up here, picture frame with the team photo. And so I, at the meet the team night, I got most of them signed, but I was missing a few. So I got a few more, still missing a couple. But we actually took some pictures from that event as well, so we can probably share those as well.
But before we share, also there's two Damian Lowe signatures. Share that
Yeah,
stuff.
so I did have Damien sign it at Meet the Team night, and he was coming through then at the open practice, and I was getting something signed for charity as well, and but I needed to get my picture frame for a few of the players, and Andre signed it because he wasn't at Meet the Team night, so I got
Yeah.
Andre to sign it, and Damien was right there with him, and Damien signed it to him like, oh, I guess it's like, I think I already had you on here. He's like, well, you'll have me twice. I'm like, awesome. So yeah, so we laughed about that, and then
So anyway, let's share some pictures.
yeah.
Go here. So here's some pictures.
Yeah, and, so yeah, actually, there's Andre and Jose, which those were 2 that I needed to get, so, they were coming through and signing stuff, and there's, Sam Adeniran, and he was signing stuff, so, of course, that was nice to see him there, new player and everything. Most of the players did sign stuff, there was a couple that weren't there, but for the most part, I know I think, the fans enjoyed that. They got
They
to
did.
know players, and it was a really nice day out, so
And it wasn't as crowded as other like, some of those meet the teams, it's, like, all the way down,
well,
like
they had, like, 3 dates to choose from. Oh, this isn't one of those,
no,
though,
that's what I'm saying,
actually.
I thought,
This was
like,
open to, like, kinda everybody. I
everybody.
mean, you had to RSVP, but there wasn't anyone, well, at least
Yeah,
by the time we got there wasn't anyone
no,
checking that anyway, so
no, and I thought that was good.
yeah, and then there's the jersey, the Hispanic Heritage top from in the team store.
And then they had some Leagues Cup merch here,
Yeah.
so they had this shirt, it was like $50, so it's basically the Leagues Cup logos of all the teams, and it's a
Mhm.
regular T-shirt.
Yeah.
So you see that, and then you go back into that, it's like $50 or something ridiculous for that.
$50 for a T-shirt?
So yeah, that
Yes,
and there's another
I know.
picture. And
S
then they had this one as
4
well.
weeks, 3 nations, 2 leagues, 1 champion.
And then they had a
Scarf.
scarf with all the logos on it. So and then it's like 4 weeks, 3 inches on champion.
And then over in the ladies section, they had, I noticed, a new hat that's kind of like a blue camo looking kind of hat amongst with the, pink and the black ones and everything, so I thought that one was nice.
Yeah, they were all nice. And
There
so
was a couple other new merch too that I saw then on Saturday, but,
and
yeah, we'll keep talking about Summer Bash here.
so this is the outside. So we went out and
Yeah.
hung out, and they had all the food trucks out.
And that's at Union Yards, if you're listening, so
Yep.
you know what we're talking about. Yeah, so they had Union Yards open with, food, drink, they had the
They
bar
had like a
open.
little inflatable place area out.
Yeah, they had a thing for the kids with inflatables.
They had a lot of the games out. That was cool to see, like, all like the Connect Four. They had some other games around. They had DJ, and then they had just some fun stuff. It was real laid back. I took a couple pictures there,
Mhm.
another couple pictures there, and then we were there with our friend Jose Nunez.
Yep, so it was nice to just hang out and, yeah, so nice day.
It was a nice day. So anyway, that's enough of that for right now. But it's good just to hang out with Jose.
Yeah.
Hang out just for like an hour. We all had beer and talk shop, talk, everything. Union just talked about life, and that was really nice to do. And those are the moments, outside the game day atmosphere. I really just enjoy just hanging out with it, people. It
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
and so that was fun. So yeah, that was Summer Bash. Overall thoughts. I mean, the game day. I would like to see more people there for like the bash part. We left it like with an hour to go, and there was probably like
I mean, it wasn't, like, tons of people at Union Yards at that point when we went out,
no,
I
it
would
seemed like
say, and it was just really low key, to be honest, so
it was.
which was fine by me,
Yeah, it
we were
was. I
chilling,
mean,
but
I'm not complaining. I just
no.
hope they keep doing that because that was a
Yeah,
fun time. It was
it
real
was.
relaxed. So
Yeah.
anyway, so let's get into then Saturday's opening group stage against Charlotte F. Uh yeah.
Charlotte FC, and that's the 3rd time that the Union faced them this season because we
Yeah.
already faced them twice in the regular season, first drawing 0-0 at Charlotte and then losing 2-0 at home, which is the one you missed, Kyle, when you were
Yeah.
sick when we were just back from vacation. So, the Union hadn't scored a goal yet on Charlotte.
No, and when I even was talking to Todd, we were up there, and I think Skylar too, and I said, what's funny is the Union have won. I think in the last, it was after the game, after that victory, the Union are 3-0, 3 wins, 0 draws, and 1 tie at home versus 1 loss. I mean,
Mhm.
versus Charlotte, and every game somebody has had a clean sheet. There's never been a game where it's, both teams score.
Yeah.
So, and actually, 2 of those games are 1-0. So these have always been closely contested, except for like that blowout 4-0, which was
We've wiped that one from our
yes.
memory from 2022.
Anyway,
Anyway, and yeah,
so
I mean, Kalina's been a good, goalkeeper.
yes,
Yeah, he's been good.
second.
Their defense has been very good.
They've given up the second least amount of goals in MLS.
So yeah, we knew going into this is
Yeah.
going to be a tough game.
But let's talk about before we get into it, the other the other thing from that day.
Oh, yeah.
The Leagues Cup protest.
Yes.
Now, before we get started on this, I don't care which side of the coin you're on. As a lot of people said, if you love Leagues Cup, we kind of are Leagues Cup enjoyers. It's fun for
Mhm.
us, anytime we support the union, you
Yeah.
know. But I get some of the other side with the Open Cup. Okay, that's fine. Say what you want about that. But if you like it, go. If you don't like it, don't
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
It's a free country. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, do what
You
you
can make
want
your
to do.
choice. Yeah.
But
I'm kind of a neutral on it. Hey, I like going to the
I
games.
get I get that's a money grab. I
Yeah.
also kind of enjoy it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, not gonna lie, last year was fun.
Yeah, I like seeing the Liga MX
I
teams.
don't like that it seems to have been at the expense of the US Open Cup. I mean, yeah, that part stinks. I get it.
But
But uh
I'm proud to say I'm a Leagues Cup enjoyer.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't
A-
enjoy it.
am I like, oh, F the Open Cup? No.
No, two
No,
things can be true.
I enjoy the Open Cup. I also enjoy Leagues Cup. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Hey, the
but
US Open Cup. Okay, the Open Cup gave us a Stuart Finley goal.
it did.
The Stuart Finley goal. Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, basically, and this is where I want you to kind of chime in because you were in the River End. We found that
Mhm.
2010, as always, after they did their
The four-leaf clover.
typical chant, you know, for the rest of the tournament now, Sons of Ben are going to abandon their position. They're not going
Right, they
to
didn't leave the
boycott.
stadium.
Nope, they're not going to leave the stadium. They're just
They left the
abandoning.
capo stand and stopped leading chants. That's what they did. And
That's
some of
all.
and yeah, and they were pretty much hanging around still. I mean, I know some capos that were up in the stands and
With you.
with me
Yes.
and just kind of, being part of our group, our awesome group in 136, which kind of went rogue at times. We
So
took
let's
their
talk
chance.
about that. So give us give
Okay.
us give us your perspective when
Okay.
this whole abandonment started.
Okay. So, and I kind of, yeah, and we'd heard rumblings of what was going to happen too. I
Yes.
mean,
I
we'd
mean,
heard,
there was lots of rumblings of what
yeah.
was going to happen.
So after Four Leaf Clover was finished, Keystone State Ultras basically moved in and spread out amongst the River End and then started leading chants and filling in. So basically, at that point, we had some good chants going. And also in 136, there were definitely some variations of things going on. I took some notes, and a couple of those things.
So let's hear about
Yes,
this.
let's see. Just some simple things like saying even actually before Sons of Ben Capos moved out, there were some variations on chants going on, but instead of saying defend the river and there was it was some people were saying F the Sons of Ben,
Wow.
um not censoring themselves there. I don't necessarily agree with that, but yeah, they're saying that. But one that I thought was funny was when they were doing the corner and clap 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 union, they're doing clap 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 Wu Tang. And
There we go.
yeah, we had Wu
I'm
Tang going on.
Wu-Tang for children.
Yeah, but that was funny. But there was other things like actually my friend Jane and I, of course, um Jane, who is next to us in the run, we like to start the Andre Blake chants
There
too.
you go.
And he was, he's big, he's yellow, he's such a sexy fellow, Andre Blake, Andre Blake.
Speaking of which is your favorite Andre Blake chant?
uh
Which color?
Probably green.
I like
Blue's pretty good.
blue's pretty good. I kind of like the gray one you came up with.
Yeah.
The gray one, but we can't say
We
that.
can't say that, but
But no, I do like, I would say gray, blue, green, orange, and then yellow, and I that's all I have.
yeah, because I mean yeah, yeah. I mean there's purple, but yeah, we haven't really done that one too much. But anyway, so there's Andre Blake chants. I will say YSA was really loud. Um,
Yes.
YSA was really loud. Also So there was KSU chants going on and people are joining in. I mean, they're pretty easy to figure out, except there's the one where everyone's like, I like people around me are like, this chant's fun. I just don't know all the words.
Which one was that?
Oh, it's one of their like main chants that KSU does.
Okay.
I think even like I think it was maybe Pull Me was like, I don't even know the words to this one either. And I'm like, yeah.
Was my favorite chant towards the referee, and we'll get to it, was that?
No, that one didn't happen. No. But we're gonna talk about the referees in a little bit. But anyway,
yeah, no.
yeah. So overall, yeah, they did some of the regular Sons of Ben chants, but mixed in with ones that KSU does. And I thought the crowd was pretty good. Now, do I think that KSU should always lead the chants? No, not necessarily. I don't think that Sons of Ben should be replaced or anything, but I will say this, I mean, if I'm being honest, and I am a Sons of Ben member,
Yeah.
I thought it was fun and I thought it was a breath of fresh air and no megaphone or anything like that. It was just a little more organic.
Yeah.
And so we have some
We're gonna share in a second. So from
Yeah.
my vantage point, and I'll keep this short as we go video, but it was one of the loudest atmospheres with the crowd that we had that year. It was one of the best atmospheres. I mean,
like
I saw
considering it
when
wasn't
they
a
were
full
doing the
stadium.
clap, I heard the
Yeah.
whole stadium clapping.
Yeah.
And we were all looking there like it was a good atmosphere. So back to your point about the breath of fresh air. You could tell in the river end, it was a breath of fresh air. People were enjoying these new chants.
And that's just it, because I think just the chants that we do in Sons of Ben just get too long, too repetitive, and we do the same like 5 chants over and over. So I think just mixing it in, that was good, and not prolonging the chants forever too.
Right.
Because people just after a while you're like,
And I
okay.
think that, and I get the whole, well, people only know 5 or 6 chants.
You
Okay,
saw how easy it was for people to catch on to the chants they did.
exactly.
And so, like, because our end, 136 is not near KSU, and yet people picked up on the
I
chants
will
just
say
fine.
this, that argument that people don't pick up on chants and we can't do anything because people don't know 'em, that's deflecting. You
Yeah.
can figure a way out to do it.
Yeah.
Trust me. We saw people that, like you said, didn't know the chants, but they were getting know. Heck, when we first joined, we
Yeah.
didn't know any of the chants.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of going along. If
Especially, like,
people are
yeah.
there, they want to cheer and chant, they're gonna try to join in. Maybe somebody will be like, "Hey, here's the chant." Actually, I mean,
Yeah, they're easy enough to
I
pick up.
get that sentiment, but it's a very weak sentiment. And that's not directed at anybody in the Sons of Ben. It's just my
No.
personal opinion. And I also will say, and we'll both say this, we've seen a lot of people, saying KSU this versus Sons of Ben. Talking to people, there might be some people on both sides that don't get along. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
why KSU broke away.
Right.
However, there is no war for the river.
No, there isn't.
This is not a,
And people trying to pit
and
them
maybe
against
there is, like, in some people's minds within both groups, but overall, from talking to people across both sides, there's no war. There's
There
never
really
been
isn't.
this war.
If you've
They
ever
just don't they don't agree on everything. So.
Yeah. No, if you've ever been to an away match, you see, like, okay, the most of the people that go to the away matches are in KSU or Sons of Ben, like the ones that sit in the supporter section or stand, I should say, and chant and everything. It's always a good joining of forces. I love the away matches. When we've been at NYCFC, we've been at Red Bull, DC, like those games, it's been so fun because everyone just works together and there's some KSU chants, there's Sons of Ben chants, and we all just join in and have fun. Okay?
Exactly.
Like, we all work together on that, and it's a blast because just about everyone's chanting.
So if you're one of these people out there on social media saying there's this war, stop it.
No.
Who cares? Who cares? Like, don't. Now's not the time,
No.
especially. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's look from the chance. So real quick here, we're gonna go in. Here's you leaving the house.
Yeah, there's a kid, and then there's us before the game.
Well, very hot.
Well, and also looking at the sun. So,
Yeah.
oh
yes.
yeah. So we got some new merch. So actually, my best friend Alicia came with me to the game, and I know we have a picture of her eventually, but she actually bought these. It's a pajama set from.
Nice.
It's in the ladies section at the team store. So there's Alicia. She's my best friend. And so she actually played soccer, but
So here's us from the
yeah.
match day when they were walking out. Everybody's walking out. So this is kind of like the whole march out showdown. They had some this, and then there's nice pitch from you.
Yep. Okay, and then
Okay,
I know
let's talk about this.
a lot of people saw the guys, the Sons of Bananas, I think they were calling themselves. So they were just one section over from us. They were like in 137, and a bunch of guys dressed in banana outfits. And it's apparently because said because Kevin had a banana. Well, there was actually Quinn had a banana one time in a game
Yeah.
too or something. So it's just kind of an inside joke with that. So yeah, that was fun. A lot of people remarked on that.
Yeah. We were like, why are these people wearing
Yeah.
from the press box, Skylar, Todd, and I were like all sitting there like, why are people wearing bananas? But we were like thought it was funny.
Yeah. So it was
And
fun.
then there's a nice picture of Ty's goal.
Yeah.
There's another one. So let's go into some. There's Corey leading chance. There's kind of the boat going through the night. And that's kind of
I
it.
say I have a couple of
Oh
the
yeah,
chants.
we got some more chants.
Mhm.
Some Sprite set.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Killers fan. So is Kyle. So is our friend Todd Lewis. We had a bunch of Killers fans. So KSU likes to do Mr. Brightside, and I'm always on board with that. So that was fun. But yeah, that was Corey Ferlin leading the
Yeah,
chants. And for those of you who don't know, he's in KSU, but he's one of the original Sons of Ben members. So and that's what really KSU is, a
it
lot of
is.
former Sons of Ben. So
So anyway,
yeah.
let's put a bow tie on that. You know, that was cool. Appreciate
Yeah.
KSU stepping up
Yeah.
and leading some chance.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we had a lot of fun with that, and it helps
Yeah,
when you win too.
obviously.
That makes the game much more fun. But yeah, my friend Alicia, she had a blast, and I had explained to her all of what was going down. I'm like, all right, so this is what's going on with the game and all the different things that are in play for this. And she had a blast. She wants to go back again, so hopefully
Good.
she will. And then of course we had the fireworks afterward, which was fun. So yeah, so honestly. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the fans at the game against Cruz Azul because number one, the first game, the one against Charlotte, was
Season
included with your
ticket.
tickets, with your season tickets. And so I know a bunch of people that aren't even going to the next one, to the Cruz Azul game. And then also, you have to imagine there's probably going to be a lot of Cruz Azul fans showing up. So
We'll see.
we'll see what happens, but we will be there. I will be in the river end once again. And yeah, so let's talk about the game itself.
Yeah, let's get into that. I feel like we spent like half the episode talking about other things, but anyway, first note, defense shines again. I thought,
Yeah.
you know, again, it goes back to Andre Blake. And
Yes.
we talked about this tie night. I mean, was the game exciting back and forth match? No, it was kind of boring snooze fest. Quote Dean Smith, this was probably one of the worst games. I mean, that guy's got, yeah, he needs to get over it. I mean, complaining
He's
about,
big mad.
yeah, I mean, the pitch I wasn't the best it's been, but I've seen it worse. I've seen a lot worse. So Dean, I'll tell you that. And then you're comparing both teams to a League One team that you coached back in
And
2000.
isn't it actually a League Two team or
Now
something?
it's a League Two
Hmm.
team.
Wow.
So, if somebody wants to clip this and send this to Charlotte, you can. But Dean, I'm glad I didn't ask you what your thoughts are about MLS during that time because that was a question. I'm like, oh, he's in that mode. Yeah, I'm not asking coach that. But
You know what I say to that? You know what I'm
I
doing.
mean, I get it. He's frustrated,
Tiny violin.
but so defense shines. I mean, again, it goes back to Andre Blake. I mean, you can see Jacob and Jack are very much more
Yeah.
confident. Um,
It's
and
a huge
I asked
difference.
Jim, I said, Jim, last two games, Nashville and Charlotte, not pressing up as high. The wing backs aren't getting up as high at
Hmm.
times. Not times they go a little bit forward, a little bit more, but center backs are kind of staying back. And I said, is this just tactical? Because I saw Charlotte playing out of the back, trying to get Union on the
Hmm.
counter. That's been their MO all year. Great defense, hit them on the counter, which is ironic because Union, I think, only have one counter goal this year, and they're building the counter too. But I think because teams know how they play now, they're expecting counter. So Charlotte's kind of with Dean trying to do that again. Anyway, Union kind of learned their lesson, stayed back all
Mhm.
night. There was a couple of times, they got good opportunities. Jack Elliott had a great play to stop a potential goal. There was that one where the cross came in, the one player
Yeah.
just missed it and kind of ran into the goal box.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was a great performance.
Yeah, there wasn't a single shot on target
No,
for Charlotte, so Andre really didn't have much to do. I know he got, like, player of the game and he got to, like, bang the drum, but, like, he really didn't have anything to
no.
do, like, in terms of that, but aside from him not having to make any, like, saves for shots on target, the thing is, of course, he's playing a big part in that defense doing better.
Well, you could see it a couple times. He was like telling them to come back or like come
Right.
back. And like I talked to Jack, and I'll hopefully show a little bit of the clip. There's times he was telling them, come back, come back, come back. I was watching his hand signs.
Mhm.
Similar to what I saw with Matt Freeze. I'm watching now
Yeah.
Andre, and you're seeing what Matt Freeze, and that's why Matt's having a good season. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just the communication that we didn't see with Rick, we didn't see with Zemla
Yeah.
at this point. Now, again, doesn't mean they're bad.
They just
Go
don't have
the
the experience.
experience.
Yeah.
So I thought the defense shined.
How about Olivier Bizo, Kyle?
Okay, we saw
Is he a top 5 back, Kyle?
no, he's not top five back, but I will say this. That again is the kind of game Olivier plays. And I brought this up in the press box. I said, it's interesting. Nate Harrell goes away.
Mhm.
And now all of a sudden Olivier's having his best games. But when Nate was injured or Olivier was having a sub game, he was having clunkers. So is it because Nate Harrell's not here and not on his that Olivier has no pressure? Now, do I necessarily want a player that doesn't like pressure? No. But it's just it's a curious observation
It
because
is.
Nate's gone. There's nobody out. If Bizo goes down, you talked about yesterday. Who are they going to replace? But yeah, he's playing the
Frankie.
best. Maybe Perdesio. Maybe.
Messi is not even I don't think he's even on the Leagues Cup roster. See?
I don't know.
Good question.
That's a good question. But anyway,
Yeah, that's a
I,
discussion for another day.
but anyway, that's just a discussion for another day. But having said that, what he's done these last three games is good. If he could do that, you'd see why teams in League One are like, hey, we're interested in him. I mean, did he have that one really bad play?
Oh, at like the 93rd minute.
Turn and when he's
Yeah.
trying to be all fancy.
Oh, that could have been bad if
And that's the kind of stuff with some of his turns he's trying to be cute. Like if he cuts that out, he's fine.
yeah.
I think for anything, he's a confidence player.
Yeah, that's 3 games in a row here. He's actually been
Now,
good.
would I be surprised if on Sunday he goes out and gets cooked? No, I would not be surprised.
But I'll tell you what, this is good for his confidence, and it's really great to see because yeah, when Olivier Bizo is good,
He's a solid player.
he does a really good job, and then when he's not on his game, it's not good. It's bad.
It's like we tell our kids, like, A plus boss level streamline. And then there's
Mhm.
there's a dumpster boat on fire, people jumping off. And that's
Yeah.
when they're like, yeah, how's this streamline? Yeah, that's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad streamline. No, that's how I would describe it. Goes from A plus to oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
anyway, but
Before we dive into the swimming stuff, pun intended.
yeah,
We could do a whole podcast on swimming.
maybe we should.
We could easily do a podcast on swimming.
Anyway, let's
Yes.
talk about Ty Baribo.
How about Ty Baribo?
Once again, Samuel had started a game. I'm going to pronounce his last name. It didn't right.
Adeniran.
So Samuel started a game,
Yeah.
played good. I love his pace, love his hustle. Again, does he fill the Corey Burke role? I mean, I think he's got a little bit more speed than Corey.
It's like Corey Burke with more speed.
It is. Now he missed that sitter, which, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
there's a couple plays.
He's still getting in sync with his teammates
But
for
he
sure.
plays that ball, which wasn't the greatest ball. The credit to Daniel to kind of cut up in and get that ball, and you can see Samuel kind of like leans off as like, oh, that ball's right here, and then goes kind of bounces to Ty, sitting right there, knocks it past Kalina. 1-0. I thought both again. Ty's doing again
Yeah.
what I said on Ty's podcast
Yeah.
is if we thought this is what Ty was going to be, and Jim said in his press conference, he was started a lot earlier.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for people out there that are saying, "Oh, wow, this is a big indictment on Jim," and yada yada yada, let me tell you something. Different sport, but as somebody that has had athletes, swimmers
Mhm.
on relays or
Yep.
other positions, so one of your top kids goes down and somebody steps up and now all of a sudden they're part of the relay or they're
Yeah.
in the top 3. It happens all the
Oh,
time.
that happened. Yeah.
And you can see things in practice, you're like, "Eh," and then all of a sudden you watch them in meet, you're like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh, I had that very thing happen this season, absolutely, like
Yeah, so
yeah.
is it is it like, "Oh my gosh, this is all on Jim?" Yeah, maybe Jim could give him some more minutes. Okay, we'll give that. But it's also coaching.
Mhm.
Like, unless you've been in that situation, I'm
Mhm.
waiting for somebody to comment, be like, "Well, Jim doesn't know soccer." Okay, whatever. Let's get away from that. But I will say,
Mhm.
yeah, maybe he could have done some other things. That's hindsight. This hindsight is now he's learned from that. Now give him Ty opportunities, and look what's happened.
You think Ty finishes as the leading goal scorer for the Union for the
No,
season?
no, I think Danny does. I honestly am not gonna make a bold prediction, but
I
I
haven't yeah, go ahead.
I will say this, I think as they get more comfortable with Samuel, I think they're all going to benefit.
Yeah.
I think Ua is gonna benefit, I think Danny's gonna benefit, I think Ty and Samuel, and I think, we're gonna see that confidence. Am I saying we're gonna go on another blitz run like we saw in 2022? No, but I think we might see a confident team if they stay healthy. Who knows what happens?
Yeah,
Jim has been saying all along, if we get into playoffs, I don't wanna be the team that faces us.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's got that confidence, I mean, let's see how it plays out. I mean, right now, I think the Union need to focus on Leagues Cup, get that run, get that, CONCACAF Champions Cup berth, and we'll go from there once we get to it, but
Yeah, each of those strikers brings
something
something
different.
different. Yeah, and so I think it's been really good to see, Mikel Ua and Ty really connecting, and that's been pairing well, and I think Sam is gonna fit in there as he gets more in sync with them as well, and of course, in this case, it was planned to have Sam come off at some point for Mikel come in when the other team's getting a little
I
tired,
don't
and
hate that.
no, it's nice to have that
Especially
option, though.
especially that defense, because you saw it, he was running at him, kind of again, they played him twice, they know what to expect. Now you bring
Yeah,
in a physical guy that's gonna tire them out,
yeah.
fast and strong, tired them out. Now that when Ua comes in, he was getting separation all night,
Ye
and, towards the end, he made that beautiful play there in the corner where he just stopped and held the
yeah,
ball,
yeah,
just ate the clock up. I mean, that's a heads up play.
yeah, this gives you flexibility, and it's something that we're really missing because before it's like, okay, well, playing Quinn up top, that's not where Quinn's best at. It was good to actually be able to play Quinn where he's best,
Right.
you know? So, I think that was important too.
It really was. It really was. So, anyway, let's move on. And put a bow on this. Um, we'll put a bow on this. So, any other thoughts?
Honestly, it was just, again, good to see the Union come up strong against an opponent that's actually pretty decent because you could say, "Oh, Revs are not a good team. Nashville's not a good team." So, Charlotte's a better team, and
But again, we've had games this year against bad teams that we've blown.
then actually played well against good teams even like, think back to the Cincy game, how we kept coming back, and so, you know
Again, it goes back to you are what your standings are in the league. I
Yep.
get that. The standings don't lie. However,
Mhm.
again, we're seeing that this team potentially is not a bad team. So
Yeah, so anything can happen here. I think it's good that they've come into Leagues Cup with some momentum and they're able to keep building that momentum. And I think it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Cruz Azul. Of course, we'll see what happens in their game against Charlotte because that will, of course, matter for
we'll
the
be
game.
tuning in tomorrow for sure. If you're listening
Yeah.
to this, it'll be Wednesday, so we'll be tuning into it tonight. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, just a quick note: Union are now hot, and Union 2 have lost 2 in a row at late games, just like the
Oh,
Union first. So,
yeah. So
I want to
brutal.
know. My question is, would somebody say, "Hey, okay, Union are going to go on a run. Union 2, you got to blow late games because
Yeah.
this is kind of like Jekyll and Hyde now."
Well, and also there was talk of did the curse move down I-95 to the
Right.
Phillies, from because of that. But and anyway, oh, yeah, the Phillies are playing the Yankees as we're recording, and I'm like, please let us not blow this one. But yeah, Union 2, they played at Columbus Crew 2, and they were down a goal, and then Eddie Davis scored and
11th
leveled
goal
it.
in the year.
And then, um, it ends up, you know, long story short, they were up. The Union 2 actually they were up a man even, aren't they at
Yeah,
that
they
point?
were up a
Yeah.
man.
And
Gavin Wetzel scores.
yes.
You're like, hey, we're gonna get a point.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about Jameer Burdessio.
Yeah. So late in the game, I guess it was tied at that point,
Yeah,
and they Berdesio fouled the Columbus player
right
in the
inside the box.
box, like in the dying moments of the game, basically. So gave up a PK, Columbus Crew to score, and Union 2 lose. That was brutal.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna call Burdessio throw Burdessio under the bus, but it's just
Yeah.
like sometimes he makes bad decisions, but then you see what the talent is. And I think it's just too I wouldn't look too much into it. They got an opportunity this Friday against a team that's kind of had their number in Charlotte.
Mhm.
I mean, not Charlotte. FC Cincinnati too,
Yeah, they've lost, I think,
both
both
games,
games.
and
Yeah,
they haven't been close either.
it's
So
not been good, but hopefully they can regroup. It doesn't help that some of the guys that normally have been, you know,
Gavin,
yeah,
Frankie, yeah,
they've been missing some of the guys because they've been here or there.
Rick.
But yeah, so we'll see. But it's a 3 p.m. game on Friday at Subaru Park. So I mean it's kind of a weird time to have it,
But
but
we'll be there.
we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be
So
covering the game.
yeah, so excited for that. And
And
that's
then
that's gonna be a busy day too because you know what is going on Friday morning?
what?
The Olympic game.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, the US men's soccer team is going to be playing against Morocco at 9 a.m., I believe. So we watched that today. And Nate Harriel had the start and
Jack
Jack
McGlynn
McGlynn
had
got
an
in
assist.
and yeah, Jack McGlynn had an assist and yeah, so USA won
Yeah,
and so that was exciting. And so they're moving on for the first time in
beat
a long time.
Morocco, and now you got a shot at medal. So, hey, good luck, you two, and all the USMST U23 Olympic players, and then also U20s qualified for the U20 World Cup today with a 1-0 win over Guatemala.
Yep.
So congratulations, David Vasquez, for that. And hey,
Mhm.
so good stuff. One last bit of note, piece of news before we head out. A town hall has been scheduled.
Yeah.
So August, was it 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Union Yards?
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
So
Now, apparently tickets are sold out already. I don't know if they were given to,
sounds like it went out to everyone on the union's mailing list
okay,
because I got a thing in my email too, and I've only used that to have like tickets transferred to me
right.
basically.
So, I know that it did say that next week they're going to do a like you can submit your questions and
Yeah,
everything,
they're doing pre-screened questions, which I know a lot of people
which
are not happy about.
yeah, and same, and like we quoted out, like, is it really a town hall if there is attendance now? I get it's Union Yards
Right.
fire code, but at the same time, it's like, then have it in the stadium
Yeah.
or do
Yeah, you
something.
have options.
Do it somewhere where everybody can participate. Now, I also saw a rumor I don't know how true this is, somebody correct me, but that there's also going to be the Sons of Ben one in the future. Did you see that?
No.
I saw somebody post that this was the team one, but not the Sons of Ben one.
Hmm.
So if anybody knows anything, like it could be somebody just talking out both sides of their mouth too, but they were like, yeah, there'll be another one coming up too. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Did you wanna share any more of your clips or anything?
no,
The
I think
player
we're good
clips?
for today.
Okay.
I will share them on social media. I gotta tighten them up a little bit,
Okay.
a couple things. But before we get close out here, Union back on Sunday, Cruz Azul. See what happens tomorrow. But we'll figure out where we need to go. Check out an article. I'm gonna have a couple articles this week, kind of recapping. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today. I might wait till Charlotte, kind of preview the Cruz Azul and then also the Union's path forward. So keep an eye out for that. And then also Union 2 are back on Friday, like you said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, until next time, this has been the episode of One Team We Grew Up.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, follow us on our various social media platforms, comment. We love hearing from you, and if you see us at the game, come say hi as well.
Yeah, and until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
We'll see you at the game.